There has been a lot of chattering about Miss Nancy Guthrie overnight, and there's only a few trusted sources, but there are people that are reporting that her body was found and all. I just cannot get sucked into that. So, what we're doing today is updating. Now, the time of this is, and I'm going to write this down because we're still going to, I'm going to do readings every day until she's found and then keep up with this. If you hear something in the background, Sammy's filled with energy because I've been doing all kinds of energy things and she's absorbed it. And if you ever think that animals are not like toddlers, they're quiet till you get on the phone. That's how these guys are. Okay, so here now it is 5:12. So now it is Wednesday. February the 4th, 2026, and it is 5:12 p.m. We're going to use this same graphic because it holds the same energy. That's how you do it when you're doing missing person, like I do. The first reading was yesterday, the 3rd. And it was earlier in the morning, but I wanted to just clear the chatter, clear the mess. Everybody's going crazy with false information, clearing the decks right now. All right, I have a lot of decks out here. We're going to just see. Now, we do know that her son-in-law, Thomas, I think is his name, is a person of interest. He's a suspect. Doesn't mean he's done it, but he's a person of interest. And his wife, Savannah's sister, they have impounded her car. I don't want to get into all that. I want to look at Nancy, what's going on. We'll let those things come up organically. Where am I going to start? Kipper. We'll see. Thank you so much also for being here, my darlings. Oh boy. So this is that man. Courtship. Now, I want you to know, you see the number 4 on here? That's today. The courtship, that means they're engaged. What are they engaged? Well, they're engaged with the FBI. I want you to know the FBI is the best in the business for these types of things. And I'm also going to tell you, most likely they'll have information tonight, more information, if not in the early morning hours of tomorrow, which is Thursday. The reason being, and probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to, most amateur abductors, I'm going to say this, amateur kidnappers, abductors, they panic. They're full of fear. They are already full of fear as of yesterday. The FBI waits, and I am sure they have a bead on whomever. They're watchful. They're watching. The cameras were smashed. Doesn't matter. They still transmit. We'll see what happens with that. So there's panic. And at night, you can't see them coming. You make mistakes. So that's why. All right. An arrest is imminent. I'm just going to say this. It is imminent that there's going to be an arrest. I feel sorry for Savannah because this is, how heart-wrenching can this possibly be? A message is going to be extremely important. And one thing that was whispered to me in the early morning hours this morning, it was around 4 a.m., that the light color blue is around Miss Nancy. Now, it could be aura, but I'm thinking there may be a light blue nightgown, almost to the point of white, Something like that? Okay. Let's get a couple of crime cards here and see. So they're definitely acting. Now, a lot of this, you're going to say, yeah, but Zelda, you probably just watched something. Well, I did watch something, but I can't manipulate the cards. And I'm also going to tell you, this is confirming what is already going on, and we're going to see what's happening. And I have to mention one more thing. For those of you, unfortunately, that like to ruin it for the rest of us and come in and start bashing this poor woman who's 84 years old because you think there is some type of other connection, don't bother commenting. You will be blocked immediately. That's not what this channel is for, and you will not come in here and upset the apple cart. If you do it, that's fine. If you're really nasty like you have been, you'll just get reported like I've been doing. Enough, oh boy. What? Look at this card. Here we go. This card continuously comes out in these crime readings. This represents the moment before things went down. There was some thought put into this, premeditated. There is thought put into it. And look, so somebody has put his coat on the back of a chair and watching out the window because you know somebody's coming. But this is the moment right before everything is no longer normal. I get chills every time that card comes out. All right. And if you like these cards, we sell them in the psychic shop. You can get a digital download and glue them on your own. And here is the other. It's that decision which you draw from, the light or the dark. He and she, whomever the she, there are three as far as I'm concerned, who made this decision. It was a very, very bad decision. And there is a confessional. That's all we need to see. So there's going to be movement. I'm going to say 27 hours, unexpected income. Here's the thing. They're wanting something. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. There's too much going on. And we're to the point these people can't even go back. You can't back up from this. You can't back up. You can't back up. Let's see. Sadness. Unexpected joy. Oh. I'm going to say the longer this goes on, the more volatile it will be for Miss Nancy, because I'm going to tell you, every pharmacy has been put on alert, most likely by law enforcement and FBI, that if there's any type of medication or any type of prescription with what Miss Nancy needs come across, that they have to hold it and report it to law enforcement immediately. That's how they catch these type of people. It's unfortunate for Nancy, but most likely within a 150-mile radius around this Tucson area. Enemy. This guy, if it is Thomas, and I'm just going to say this, stupid. Stupid. Let's see what it says, and I'm just going to start asking some questions. So there was an argument. There was a tussle with Miss Nancy. It has to do with money. Seriously, no question in my mind. And Nancy is oblivious to where she is. This is a timing card. There's water associated around this. She's near water. I'm just going to tell you. She's near some type of water, either a small lake. It could be a water plant. But there's some type of water indication. You haven't seen these cards before. They're my grandmother's. They're in good shape because she was very careful, and I don't use them very often. But her energy is around, and Grandma would be appalled at this. Grandma is over 100 years old now in heaven. So we'll see. The park. Now, do I think she's... Remember yesterday, we talked about a park. Here it is. So is she near the park? Yes. Is this one of the guys? Yes. This is a sign of laborious, being labored. I don't know how old he is, but wouldn't that be amazing if he was 45? This extra joker, I use the jokers. The jokers for me represent hidden things, secrets, hidden things. So yes. And you see, this Four of Hearts is all about a wait and see card in cartomancy. But this fish means it's all about money, but there is failure and disaster coming. And I mean for the person who took Miss Nancy. Now, people are saying, is she alive? Is she alive? God didn't give me that, and I'm not going to ask him. And I would prefer not to even guess. I can tell you it's dire straits. It's dire straits, and they don't have long. But this railroad is all about a robbery, and that's how I feel it was. And I think it started out with an idea. There are 3 involved, 2 men and a woman. I've said that. I still feel that. We may hear that, but there's somebody in the background. There has been drinking involved, and I do believe they've had the dogs out. If they don't have the dogs out, they will have the dogs out. And that definitely will tell us something. Yeah, there's another dog. This is another beginning. And so with the clouds near clovers, this 5 of clubs is all about an investment of time now. And it's an investment of money. But Savannah, girl, I'm going to send you this message. And I'm not throwing shade. But you're worth 40 million plus. And you've got a reward for $2,500 for your mother. My one cat went missing one time, and I had a $5,000 reward out for him. I'm just saying, don't come at me. Don't come at me for that. Now, the storks is a brand new beginning, which means that they have another lead, which means with this 7 of Hearts, it's all about residence. So there's more in that crime scene than what they're letting us know. Here is another dog card, and this is all about unsuspected enemies, about people that you feel are your friends, but with friends like that, this is very heartbreaking. They've traveled. I believe they're near a park that's got some water. She's near some type of water, my darlings. This is the sign, the zodiac sign of Cancer. This is the zodiac sign of Scorpio. 2 water elements together. A very emotional time. and regret. And that's exactly what this person, if it is the son-in-law, which I think all things point to him, but if it is, there's a lot of regret there. And look, this is them thinking, because the air sign elements are swords, it's thoughts, it's all kinds of things like that. And my darlings, they thought they were just going to, these people involved thought they were just going to skippity-doo-dah right on out of here, get what they needed. You see, because they take mama and go from choppy waters into calmer seas, they're going to be finding much more. Now, this temperance card, and she did not have any money or anything in her house, but they knew that already. And that's why they took her. 5 in biblical numerics is grace. So there's some grace over her. This king is looking in her direction, meaning that this energy is going to open up doors. It's going to, the FBI is being very creative. I'm just going to tell you that. I can just feel that. But yes, there's money. There's money involved, definitely. Now let me tell you about this temperance card. The sign of Sagittarius, and I'm glad she came out. She's one of the cardinal cards. We'll talk about cardinal cards later. But you see, she has wings that go off the frame of the card. This means they're not done yet. They're not done. They're this close to finding Nancy if they haven't found her already. And I want you to know, you see this, this little triangle on her breastplate. That means that there's got to be some balance here, and they're finding it. The FBI will find it. They're juggling through things. I believe that there was some type of mountain, but park, lots of trees, water. Now, this sign of Sagittarius is very loyal, but it is also an indication of law enforcement. Just so you know that. The cartomancy will tell me a lot. Just going to put some oracle cards out here. Defense, cut ties, concealment. Okay. So bottom line is now, I think that she did the best she could to defend herself. That's why you see the stains. I do believe that there was something that why she couldn't yell or scream. She is hidden, but she will be found. Now, here comes the questions. What can you confirm for us? Was it the son-in-law? Tell us who. Was it the son-in-law? And we've got this key out here because we had it yesterday, and that key is iron. It is old, most likely 16th century. I love keys. That was given to me by my sweetheart. All right. They may have already found out about her, my darlings. I pray not. Another joker, a big secret comes right over concealment. The tens, they're making progress. They're making progress. They're broadcasting this out, but they're not telling us everything. That's normal. There's a card combination here that I do not like to see. I'm not going to point it out, but I will tell you, it is not good at all. This is a card of gambling, my darlings, and this is the card of that person, the son-in-law, with a lump sum of money. They need to check the casinos. Now, this Nine of Hearts, in my interpretation, if you want to learn how to read the cards, you can go to the Psychic Shop. I'll put that in the description. I've written 2 very concise and informational ebooks. One, How to Read the Tarot, detailed beyond. One, How to Read the Playing Cards. If you want to come on over and check those out, you can be reading cards tonight. This card, the Nine of Hearts. You see this heart, how it's upside down? I don't read the playing cards in reverse, except for a couple of instances. That one and this one. This heart upside down does not mean the yes card. Normally this is the yes card, the wish fulfilled, the dream come true. But this is a card that basically says someone has been playing emotional games. And this has been thought of for a long time. So Saturday night, before they dropped her off, and before that, there had been this emotional game that has been played. Why did they drop her off so late? Could somebody have been wanting to assess the location of the Nest cameras? This Eight of Hearts right here is a card to be not only suspicious, but extremely suspicious. And the fact that we have the 7, the 8, the 9 going backwards means that they did things backwards. They're amateurs. And I'm not giving them kudos. What I'm just saying is they thought this was going to be, who abducts an 84-year-old woman? But there's a purpose. Now, this card, I'm going to show you the difference. You see, both jokers. This one is more severe than this one because of the color pattern here. But this is all about horrible secrets to the point of possibly life and death, concealment, hiding things. This is a big secret, as though somebody is telling a big lie. Coming out so close together. There was some indecision of who to get involved, of whoever was the main person who decided this. There was a decision to pull this third party in only because of what he said he could accomplish and do for this man and the woman who is involved. I'm not saying that it is this son-in-law. I'm just saying, in general, this person who is younger, it looks like, was pulled in because it was thought that he had some type of ability or craft or knowledge that would help them. Well, he failed. They are hiding. This is a card, obviously, hello. Don't need to be psychic to know that, but this is confirmation, my darlings. He is hiding. They are hiding. This is a card of isolation, pulling back, pulling in, not knowing, not feeling where they're going to be. This is a card of indecision. Let me get back here because now we have 8 and 9 together. And those, my darlings, the diamonds are air elements, their communication, their thoughts. They've been thinking of this for a while. And the fact that they've got 8 and 9 together has been their idea of indecision about going forward. But then the 9 comes here and pushes before this guy who's supposed to be well-rounded in whatever criminal escapade this possibly could be, basically says there's some new interest. There's a new way of doing it. There's progress. And that's what got him the job. there they are again. And I'm going to say, if they're not married, they're boyfriend and girlfriend. If they're not boyfriend and girlfriend, they've been together. Hooking up, I guess. You can say that. We can say that here. This person who has Nancy is now worried. This is a card of worries, fear, concern, and he knows he's going away. He knows he's going away. He knows it. They all know it now. They all know it. There's no way to get out of this. There's been some paperwork done. There's been phone calls made. And I'm going to tell you, the FBI and law enforcement know. And hopefully we will hear something overnight. It wouldn't surprise me. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if this didn't come out by 8 p.m. Eastern. Let's take just a couple of more cards, see if there's anything more. And see, this is how I do it. When I find the energy starts flowing and confirming. My job as I'm considered a tarot profiler. As far as that type of, I'm not law enforcement. But I learned a long time ago, you've got to profile, to confirm, to predict. That's how it goes. You see this pathway, my darlings? And the lovers, well, it plays out with that engagement. But the lovers plays out with these two jokers right here. Not jokers, two characters right here. And they've been traveling, and they've been near the park. There's an official person, we can expect news, and there's the court. So, my darlings, this should happen fairly quickly, and the 10th still comes out. It's been coming out, but I believe we should get some type of serious, concrete information within maybe the next 24 to 36 hours. It's critical and it's crucial now for Miss Nancy. And I just pray that they find her alive. And the longer we go, the more I'm concerned of that. But they've got a very good official person here. Bless them. Bless them. One more of the crime cards. One more. The crime and shadow cards. Thanks for coming and watching too, my darlings. Oh boy. These people have separated. They're trying to throw law enforcement off. They're separate. They're trying to act normal. If you're watching this, perpetrator, do yourself a favor, and Miss Nancy, and just turn yourself in. Because your days of acting, seeing, feeling, and living normal are completely over. And so is this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.